All right, another class in the books, but it was not the class that I want to talk to you about. It's what happened before the class. Let me explain. Today was class number 8, elevator sweep and the rear takedown. I've done this class before, and it was great training it a second time because I got to fine tune some things, a little more details here and there. Of course, I got to work it on both sides. I worked on my left side a lot more in this class than I did last time, and I got to train my buddy Brad. Brad's the one who was super encouraging and helpful before, the one who said that he liked training with the big guy that unleashed a lot of the negative comments and the drama from a couple of weeks ago. We won't talk about that. What we will talk about, and I don't know if everybody knows this, but if it's your second time or if you've taken this class prior, let me just back up and explain. Here at Gracie University Torrance, when the class started at 10, Henner breaks the class into groups. He says, if you've done this class before, grab a partner, work on, review the stuff, work on anything you want to do, be productive, basically. If you haven't done the class before, we go over to a certain part of the mat with our guy, Zach. Zach's one of the instructors. He's a brown belt. He's awesome. Go work with Zach. He'll teach you the basic fundamentals that you need to be ready for this class. A lot of what they do, if you've never done the class before, are solo drills. How to move your body, how to shrimp, how to get in position for whatever it is we're going to do in that class. And then Henner will also go with the people who it's their first ever class and work with them on, what to expect, what's going to happen, break falls, safety, stuff like that. And so typically for the first 5-10 minutes of class, you break into these 3 different groups: brand new, first time taking this class, this lesson, and then people who've taken the class or the lesson before, which I'm still new. Today was my 18th class. So but I've taken a few more than once. And so this one I've actually taken before. So instead of going to Zach's area and working on it like I never have before, I partnered up with my buddy Brad and we worked on some stuff. What we worked on, Brad wanted to work on the punch block series with the bigger guy like me. So he's like, hey man, I want to work on this and see if it works. And so I gave him some weight, I gave him some pressure. He was able to practice his punch block stuff. He said, hey Chris, is there anything you want to work on? I said, you know what? I want to practice standing up in base. And that might sound like a really basic thing that everybody knows, but because of my size, and I'm shrinking every day, but because of my size, because of my back problems, I got the nerve damage on the right side. Sometimes things don't come as easy to me as I would like them to. And so standing up in base, my boy Tyrone keeps giving me crap about standing up in base. He even put it in my comments on one of my videos, stand up in base. So Tyrone, I hear you. I heard you, and I actually talked to you about it today. We'll get to that in a moment. I told Brad I wanted to work on standing up in base. And so he showed me how he does it. And Brad is slim and trim and, mean, lean, and whatever you want to call it. I'm not. And so me doing it the way he did it wasn't really working. And so what did I do? My man Tyrone had just finished the Master Cycle class, which happens before the Combatives class. And I saw my man Tyrone. And Tyrone is nowhere near as big as me. I'll give him that. He's a much smaller person than I am, but he's still a larger than average individual. So I said, hey, Tyrone, can you help me stand up in base? You're putting up my comments on the videos. You're talking trash. Not talking trash. He's helping me. He's blessing me. I said, can you show me how you do it? Because he's got a little more weight on him than my boy Brad. So Tyrone gave me a couple of tips that really changed my stand-up and base game. It ain't perfect, but it's better. And so I improved this foundational basic skill in those 5 to 10 minutes at the beginning of class with a little help from my boy Brad, with a lot of help from my man Tyrone. And I feel like I'm more successful. I'm more confident. And I know that I'm standing up in base. And even though I like to do it, or it's easier for me to do it kind of in stages, like a transformer, right? I don't float up like some guys do. Sometimes it's like boom, 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 like a transformer. I wish I could find a transformer sound effect. If I could do that, that'd be cool. But instead of like, one move, it's like click, 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 3 moves. I was able to get it in 1 move today. And it ain't perfect, but it's better than it was. And so that warm-up review period at the beginning of class was super beneficial and super helpful. And as I continue through this process and I continue going to classes that I've already taken the lessons before, I can use that time to get better at the things that I'm struggling on or the things I'd like to re-familiarize myself with. Son of a biscuit. Who knew, right? The Gracies think of everything. So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that warm-up period to give me a chance to, yes, warm up my body, but also to review some of the things that I'm working on. Brad got to work on some stuff he wanted to know. I got to work on some stuff I wanted to know. And then, of course, we jump right into the elevator sweep. Elevator sweep was awesome, as always. I really worked on one thing I need to work on. Henner, at the end of class, he watched me do the technique because, he goes around and watches everybody. And he's like, hip out one more time. Put your foot down, hip out one more time to give yourself that much more space and that much more leverage. I was doing it, but I think I was using a little more muscle, a little more oomph than I should have, because again, flexibility, body size, movement, the use of this freaking leg. It's not perfect, all right? But Henner obviously noticed it wasn't perfect and said, hey, hip out one more time, and that'll give you the space you need to get your foot deep into the spot we want it in, and ding, ding, ding. So, of course, I did it, and it worked, and hooray, we're all getting better. So, my one regret, and I recorded this in a video on Thursday when I did not come to class. I don't know if I'm going to post that video, but if I do, I'll post it. If you think I should post it, put it in the comments. It was more of a mental health kind of a, I don't know, cerebral thing. But I didn't come on Thursday. I didn't come on Tuesday. Everybody in my house is sick. My son's got the flu. My daughter wasn't feeling great. I thought I was coming down with it, so I avoided class this week. But that screwed me up a little bit because I was really looking forward to getting my stripe today. Today, if I had gone Tuesday and Thursday and today like I planned, today would have been my first stripe. And I was so excited because Henner Gracie would have given me my first stripe after all this time. And I sure as hell would have taken a picture. And I sure as hell maybe would have even gotten video. I don't freaking know. But that was my plan. Obviously, plans change. So no stripe today. And I thought, well, maybe Henner will be here sometime this week. And I asked him, hey, man, are you going to be here this week? And he's like, no, I'm traveling. And I'm like, well, dang. So if I come Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever, I'm going to get my first stripe. And you know I'm going to talk about it because I'm crazy. But I was really hoping Henner would give me that stripe. I don't know why. The picture, the visual, I guess I imagined Henner giving me my stripe. But if Hiron's teaching a class, maybe I can get my stripe from Hiron just as good. I just don't see Hiron as much, I think, because of my schedule versus Henner's schedule. But hopefully I can run into that guy and I can get that stripe from somebody with the last name Gracie. That would be awesome. Next, you know, Eve walks in, like, you know, Money in the Bank cashing, right? Here she comes. Yeah, I think that's it. Sorry for rambling, guys. This channel is about my random thoughts, my random training, and your random questions. So if you have any questions about class, what class is like, my experience, any pros, tips, and tricks for a big guy, if you want to talk about fitness, weight loss, whatever, I recorded a video before I came in here today about weight loss, so maybe you'll see that one too. Yeah, but that's it. So let me know what you think. If you have any questions or comments, hit me up at Chris Learns Jiu-Jitsu on all social media, or you can just drop it down here in the comments. Do me a favor, hit the like and the subscribe. I know people ask for that all the time. I don't really care about the numbers. I just want to know who's watching and if anybody's watching. Normally I'll say put something in the comments, but most people don't do it. So if you are made it this far, just click the like button. And if you haven't subscribed already, freaking subscribe so I know who's out there. And I got some interesting stuff coming for you. I got some interesting content coming for you in the next couple of days. Some things you probably wouldn't expect. I'm going to interview some people, so stay tuned for that. Stay focused, stay positive, stay vigilant. See you next time.